Hello everybody, welcome to OCHD and welcome to another Kotodaman video. Today we are covering the Kaiju number 8 collaboration and we're doing the bingo board missions. Now this is not a season, a collaboration I should say, that I'm intending to summon on, and that is purely because we know that the next collaboration, in theory the next collaboration will be Dan, which is something I've been sort of looking forward to. They announced they were doing like a special collaboration with Jump Plus. Kaiju number 8 and Dan were the two series. They also had a special chapter promoting the game for another Jump Plus series called Kindergarten Wars. Don't know if that series might pop up at some point as well. Maybe. But yeah, as much as I did quite enjoy it, Kaiju number 8, no real intention to summon here. So let's talk about the bingo missions. The first one is very, very easy. You can see I literally made like basically no combos and we beat that stage. It's very, very easy. And I think most of this is quite easy. Some of the stages in this event are not easy. But if we don't have to clear them for the bingo, it really doesn't matter. So here I'm setting myself up for the daily stage that helps you farm the free Kafka Hibino, the Kaiju number 8 version, and he's a pretty easy max out. His stage drops at 50 luck once per day. There is another stage you can farm him on, but I think you only need like, what, you got to clear the stage like 4 times or something like that to not only max his luck but also be able to use the extras to get his extra skills. So really not too bad. This stage, you just need like a couple of units to resist attack down. And even then, it probably doesn't really matter. Like, you're still going to beat it. First 2 stages, very, very easy. When I was talking about the harder stages, there's a Kaiju number 10 stage, which thankfully we don't even have to challenge. We don't have to do anything with. That stage is rather difficult. Especially because it heavily features a new debuff that has almost no counter units except for the Kaiju number 8 units, which, you know, if you're going to summon, fair enough, but if you're not, that kind of puts you in a tough spot. The main gimmick you have to counter is the freeze, which you probably will have some units for, but the like hammer debuff, yeah, not so much. You're probably not going to have many units to counter it. I think they give 1 for free from the bingo, and that's like the only like 5-star viable gacha unit that counters that debuff. It's a skill that got added to him after the fact. But for most people, that's going to be very challenging. Luckily, not doing that today. So mission 3 is obviously the quiz. As always, we have the answers on the left-hand side, but we will also have the answers in the description. Just try and match up best you can what you're seeing on my screen with what you're seeing on your screen to work out which question you're being asked and which answer you should put in. I think for the most part, sections, question set 1 and question set 2 are quite easy because, I say quite easy, if you have the answers, you know. But they're quite easy to match up because each of them only has 1 4-character word. And so all of the ones above 4 characters will at least have a couple of hiragana, or 1 or 2 hiragana already placed for you. And so you can match up with the answers written down. So it's a bit easier. Question set 3 does have 2 4 hiragana words. So a little bit harder, but I think you just have to match it with what's, like, I think question 9 I do here is you're going to see, like, if the circles are like right at the start of the question, then you know which one it is, and if they're not right at the start, then it's the other one. So yeah, pretty straightforward, just filling it in. Remember, you only need to do 2 correct answers total to get your rewards. Anything beyond that is really just for bragging rights, and you just don't earn anything else, so good luck to you, I guess. As for Kaiju number 8, the reason why I'm not summoning, I quite enjoyed this series. I was reading the manga, and at a certain point I just kind of stopped keeping up with it. I don't know why. But then the anime came out, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll give that a look, you know, because early pictures I'd seen of the anime didn't look so good, but then when the actual thing came out, it looked fairly decent. and it covered like an early part of the story. It didn't really get to the really good parts yet. It was, you know, it was serviceable adaptation, had some good moments, and to be honest, I watched it and I just sort of, I don't know, normally if I watch something shortly before or shortly after or during a collaboration on one of these games, it pushes me to want to summon. Just wasn't the case this time. I just really didn't care. I guess I don't care about some of the characters. The special unit is like a double unit, which it really didn't need to be. I don't know why they decided to do that. And I don't know. I'm just, I guess I'm kind of not bothered. The other thing is obviously that Dandadan is coming. So there's part of me that's like, well, you know, gonna have to summon on that. And I'm interested to see how they handle Dandadan, because there's like certain characters where it's like, oh yeah, you can add them, but like, will it be a spoiler if you add this or add that? I don't know. But sticking to this event, talking about this event, we always seem to get like a mystery hidden character towards the end. It's like a raid boss or whatever. And I have a feeling it's going to be like the old man, like the head of the department or whatever his name is. The father of the blonde girl that's in the gacha. I have a feeling it's going to be him, because that was one of the last things that happened in season 1, was the fight with him. So that's what I'm assuming. I don't know whether they'd ever do like a collab number 2 if there was a season 2 of the anime or anything. Possibly. But really, there's only, like, from the actual, like, entire series up until this point, there's only really, like, a handful of characters I actually care about. So it's a little bit tough to be like, oh yeah, and then add this character, Like, even in this collab, they added characters that I didn't really care about that much. So, I don't know, the kaiju designs are pretty cool, so, well, that's nice. Get some nice free-to-play units. And I feel like this is a series that will resonate with certain people quite well. Just, I don't know, wasn't really resonate with me that much. It's alright. It's an alright series, but there's your quiz. Quiz done. I got 10 out of 10 for you, but you only need 2. And we will get a free summon from clearing that, which we will handle later. Now, next up, we have to clear the intermediate, advanced, or daily version of this stage. I showed the first regular 2 versions of the stage, but the one I'm going to be showing on screen, me beating, is the daily stage. Clearing any of those stages will count as 1 clear towards the mission, and not a hard stage at all. This is like your selected unit to be used as evolvers for everybody else, and as such they have to make it relatively easy, because otherwise you would, if you were like brand new at the game and you were pulling for units from the gacha, you might not be able to evolve them unless you can beat this guy. So they normally make these stages easier. Clear the freeze debuff. As you can see, there's really no other debuffs present, so not that difficult. And this is sort of a, like, I didn't even know this kaiju had a name, so apparently it does, and it's in the game. So I mean, cool, I guess. But it shows you like the sort of characters they choose for that sort of role of just get it done sort of thing. Whereas the other stages are harder. So there you go. Stage clear. I do that 3 times. That's mission clear. Job done. Mission 5. Now this is basically the regular version of the daily stage that we beat in the first mission, and it is equally easy. You probably only need 1 unit that resists attack down, and that's it. I say you only need 1. Like you'll only be putting 1 to use, I should say. But it sets up some very easy combos, and like it's just again, not a very challenging stage. So I would say up until mission 6 is pretty straightforward, at least. Beyond that, we'll talk about when we get there. But you can see I didn't even get like a full set of combos. I only got 3 instead of 4. And we're going to be doing pretty decent damage. Look at that. Big chunk got already. And I think that kills him. It does. Absolutely splendid. So, mission 6 is just getting the unit from mission 5. No, mission 4, sorry. Getting a unit from mission 4 to max luck. So don't forget, in addition to clearing the stages, you will get luck copies of the unit in your missions that you should claim. And then, yeah, get him to max luck. Remember that when it comes to luck, if you're using it to evolve another character, once they're over 100, the number won't go down. But if you use it for other stuff, it will. Next up is exchanging this ticket. If you've cleared all the missions up until now, you will have received that ticket already. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about where that ticket comes from. It's from clearing one of the stages we already cleared. You just go into the exchange and you trade it. So actually, until mission 7 is pretty easy, except for the quiz, of course. And in mission 8, we're actually onto a slightly more challenging stage. Kaiju number 9, the daily stage of Kaiju number 9. Now, you only have to challenge it. You do not need to beat it. And I think I will show, I think I do show a pretty good setup for this. But as you can see, one of the debuffs, the hammer debuff, I only have one unit to deal with that. So it's not really feasible for me to deal with it properly. Now, luckily on this stage, you're not going to be punished for that, really. In fact, compared to the Kaiju number 10 stage, this stage is a lot more, I would say, generous and understanding. Because I think even if you don't clear the freeze, it still lets you carry on. Like, the freeze will obviously stop your ultimate attacks from going off on those units. But it's not going to set you way back. So you want to clear the bomb, which is just getting a combo of a red or a white unit. The hammer is going to hit you probably regardless. It's only going to hit you for 1500. It's not a big deal. And then the freeze, you want to clear the freeze. So use freeze resist units. Once you've cleared the freeze, I do believe he weakens himself. That's how it normally works. And that should make the stage a lot easier to finish off. Not a bad first turn, considering he's not weakened. And that was just a pretty standard setup. Even one of those units was free to play. 2 of those units are free to play. But not a bad start. So he still sets up the bomb. You still have the hammer in place. He actually doesn't weaken himself here. I thought he did. But that's fine. Because we have a team of mostly red units, a few white units. These units are all here to counter him. So it's fine. And you can see I'm using the one unit they gave us that helps you beat this stage. Again, you do get this unit from the bingo board. And I do get rid of that debuff. It really didn't matter whether I did or not. If I didn't beat him this turn, I would have beat him the next turn or the turn after. But yeah, as you can see, the hammer hits him once you clear the debuff. So while it's still on you, it's hitting you. But once you clear it, it hits him. And then it's not a problem anymore. Now, I think I just cleared the stage here. I could be wrong. Yep. So just take your time. It's not a hard one. And you only have to challenge it to clear the mission anyway. So it's fine. Then moving on to mission number 9. Now, with these events, they don't normally feature in the bingo board because the keys are supposed to come out like each day. You're supposed to get a key like, maybe not each day, maybe every other day or whatever, but you get it from the login bonus. But with this event, they gave us all the keys on day 1. So, clearing these stages give you a bunch of rank EXP, which is cool. And it will give you a word to spell out. Now, even if you can't spell out this word, eventually you will just beat him. It doesn't matter. Eventually you'll just beat him. But in this case, they're asking us to spell his name, which we have done. So we've got the combo. And you can see the bomb will go down to 0 because we got the combo. And now the bomb will hit him instead of us. And the bomb will just kill him instantly. So it's very easy. It's a very easy stage if you know the answer, which I have just given you because you just saw it on screen. So, very nice. And you only have to do first stage 1 time. In fact, it says challenge, so you don't even have to beat it. And then, yeah, here's me clearing all the missions. Pretty, I would say one of the easier ones. It only took me longer to upload this one than normal because it was Christmas and I was super busy. But that's not a problem because it's done now and you've got like another probably 19-20 days to finish this. So it's fine. That was the guy. That was the guy that resists the hammer that it just gave me for free. So pretty nice. And obviously, Bingo Board 2, it does not reward with gems, so we will not be covering that. And here is the free summon. You get this for clearing the quiz. It comes from the Bingo Board rewards. And so I might as well do it. As always, your odds of getting a 5-star are about 5%, which is not very high, especially when you're only doing a single summon. So your odds of getting the 4-star, which is 4-star Kafka Hibano, pretty high. I found it very interesting that he is the 4-star Gacha unit, a free-to-play unit, and the special paid pack unit, but he doesn't have like a special Gacha unit or a standard Gacha unit or anything. But here he is, 4-star. And that's it. We're done. That's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.